Tomorrowland is directed by Brad Bird and stars George Clooney, Brett Robinson, and Hugh Laurie, and is essentially about a teenage girl trying to get into Tomorrowland, which is a place where the world's greatest mind gathered together to create things. And along the way, she meets up with George Clooney's character, who has connections to Tomorrowland and knows how to get in there. That's the basic log line for the movie. Getting into the plot more so would just take too long and is pretty confusing. Starting off, I'm going to say that this is a very well acted movie all around. There's not one poor performance. There's a few cartoony performances by some robot characters, but they don't really have much to do with the movie. But the standout performance in the movie is definitely by the young girl in the movie. I believe her name is Athena. She was very, very good in this movie for being so young. Next, I'm going to say that Brad Bird once again shows his directing skills in live action movies. He just clean, crisp shots, and the camera just flows and flows. There's one shot in the movie. It probably goes for like 3.5 minutes without a single cut, and that scene was just very memorable and very well made. But that pretty much ends the positives with this movie because it was kind of a mess of a movie. The script just really needed another polish. It needed another rewrite because the tone is all over the place. It goes from a pretty serious drama, sci-fi drama, one scene, to the next being cracking jokes and trying to be funny and just a little too little kid-like, when it should have been either 100% serious, mature science fiction movie or full-on, maybe Men in Black style sci-fi comedy with some action thrown into it. The action's good. The action is very well shot. Brad Bird does a very good job with that. There's no shaky cam. A lot of nice camera shots. There's no quick cuts. The editing is very good in this movie. But yeah, it feels very disjointed. The tone is really weird. And the pacing. The movie's not very long. It's about 2 hours, maybe a few minutes over 2 hours, and it feels like 2 hours and 40 minutes to me. It felt really, really long because the pacing goes from really fun, quick action scenes to just slow down, just really slow pacing. I wouldn't say it's really boring. It's an entertaining movie throughout, but it's just I wouldn't really call this a bad movie at all. It's a well-made movie. It just, as I said, the script is all over the place. It needed to find its right tone, and it never could. And the opening of this movie, the first 15 minutes, they did not need to exist. They gives backstory for the two characters, George Clooney, Britt Robinson's characters, and another character that has a connection to George Clooney, the young girl, who they have a very good dynamic, George Clooney and this little girl. But the first 15 minutes are just pointless, and the opening shot is very annoying as well. It made me want to leave. It was very annoying and childish. But yeah, that being said, I wouldn't blame Brad Bird, because Brad Bird is a phenomenal director and writer. I mean, Iron Giant, Incredibles, Mission Impossible 4, and Ratatouille. He knows how to write and direct. He's fantastic. But I'm going to put the blame on Damon Lindelof, the other screenwriter. He wrote this movie before Brad Bird came on, and he has a past for kind of botching projects. So I'm going to put the blame on Damon Lindelof. Who knows? It could have been Brad Bird, who just couldn't find the right tone, had all these cool ideas but couldn't fully expand on them. Just nothing really fit fully together. It just felt really flat. That's the best way to describe it. It just everything falls flat. I applaud it. It's original. It has a lot of cool ideas, but it never really completes those ideas or explains them fully. It needed another rewrite or another edit because there's something missing and it just feels very disjointed and and messy. It's very, very messy. The best one word to describe this movie, I would say it's a mess. Not a terrible mess, just could have been way better. It had so much potential, but it doesn't quite reach its own ambitions. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this movie. I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. It was entertaining, and it had some fun scenes, especially that long tracking shot. It was very good. But yeah, just a mess of a movie. Not very disappointing. I didn't really have high expectations from seeing, critics' response and stuff. Not that I fully trust critics anyways, but the people I watch on YouTube I trust. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of it if you saw it. Maybe I missed something. Maybe something could explain some of the things, especially the ending, how they reveal the bad guy and the main problem of why they're in Tomorrowland. It was just very, very messy and confusing to me. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Tomorrowland. If you like this review, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of the movie, and please like this video and subscribe.